Hey, this is Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump, the Big Bad Booty Daddy, and you listen to IcoPod, the best podcast going today. Holler if you hear me.
And we're back with episode 74 of IcoPod. I'm Bob Collins Jr. and with me, as always, is Austin Skinner. Austin, how's it going?
The big cool daddy.
Yeah.
Austin Skinner.
You had one job, buddy, to remember your nickname and you fucked it up.
Yeah. I'm doing well this week, Bob, although it's getting a little cold in my apartment here as we sit down for our, spoiler alert, second episode.
Whoa.
So I do regret not turning the air off before I sat back down. How's it in your apartment right now?
Room temperature. I had turned off my air conditioning right before starting.
Yeah.
I do have a fan blowing on me, so hopefully that's not into my microphone and ruining this listening experience.
Yeah, usually I turn my air off for these situations because I know, hey, I'm not going to be moving a lot, so I'm not going to be very warm.
Right.
However, I have forgot, and now I must live with the choices that I have made in life. So...
yeah. So I hope you freeze to death. That would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
So at the end of last week's episode, I had mentioned, hey, we'll have a Vince Russo update.
Oh, I'm ready.
And we are here with the Vince Russo update. Now, if you're wondering, what the hell am I talking about? A couple of episodes ago, we kind of ventured into what Vince Russo was up to. He's obsessed with this whole idea that AEW and WWE are one and the same, ignoring the fact that WWE is a publicly traded company and they would have to disclose such ventures as that, similar to the XFL.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. Vince Russo just wants to get some traction. He wants people to talk about him because he's delusional and hasn't really had much relevance in wrestling for almost a decade at this point.
But, bro, the brand, bro.
Bro. All right. So, just going to point out right now that he has a new picture or painting, I guess, that has an auction starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Ooh.
Right now, it's 8:45 on a Thursday, June 20th, when we're recording this.
Okay.
I wonder if there's a way for me to show you this, Austin, and we can be like, how much would you spend on this one? So this is I'm going to send you the link right now, Austin.
Okay.
And then you'll be like, oh, yeah, totally. Or, oh, my God, that's even worse than the first one. So here is... you just go to that, and then you'll see like the second post. Yeah, or his first post, aside from his pin post, that is the picture.
What the fuck? Is that a cockroach?
No. So what it says what a bunch of schmucks.
Underlined with 3 underlines.
Yes. And then normally with the underlines, you would go big and then smaller, but he looks to have gone big and then bigger, so he doesn't know how to properly do that. Anyway, this is what a bunch of schmucks, and if you couldn't have guessed, that is a picture of the Disco Inferno.
Oh my God.
He's got a gold chain. He's given Inferno some abs, which
literally 2 that look like brackets.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. His signature is still just printed Vince. Is
this a saying that he does on the show, or what is this?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't listen to Vince Russo's podcast, bro. So I don't know.
I figured more so Impact. Isn't he on Impact? Disco Inferno?
Oh, Disco?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't watch Impact, so I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was recently. So
he was feuding with one of the chicks, Scarlett Bordeaux.
Oh, but, see, so I just assumed that this was his newest catchphrase. What a bunch of schmucks.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, either way, basically, this is terrifying. He's got a 5 o'clock shadow. There's a lot of lines on his face. Like there's a line down the middle of his nose.
Yep.
There's a line basically in the middle of his whole face that goes through his chin, his tongue, and his nose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just very scary looking. It literally looks like a cockroach body. So the body's very shell shaped. and then the head is just kind of put on there. There's not really a neck. And I assume what's behind him is flash bulbs, but it's just like splotches of silver paint.
Yeah, I think that's the idea.
This literally looks fucking horrible. Like, this is offensive, and there's not even any bad words or, lewd acts being done, and it's offensive.
Well, if you think that's bad, I got another one for you, and this one is on his eBay page.
Oh, dear God.
And it's called Meltzer Magoo. And before I show you the picture or anything, how much do you think it is currently at? This is on an auction, of course. It's the highest bid wins. How much do you think it's at right now? Before I even send you the picture, how much do you think it's at?
So I'm assuming it's a picture or a very loose representation of Dave Meltzer, and I assume there's words written on it somewhere.
Yeah.
Is there any bad words written on it?
No.
Okay, so I think that's going to up the sale value because people don't usually want to hang up stuff that says like fuck on it.
Right.
So I'm going to say I'm going to highball it and kind of place it with the other ones at maybe $250.
Okay, so I'm going to send it to you right now.
Okay.
And I want you to check it out.
I'm very excited to see this.
And let me know what you think about that.
I'm hoping it's better than the last one you just sent me.
I don't know if I can say it is.
Okay. Let me see if the link is on Google Hangouts here.
I hope so. I just sent it to you.
Send it again. I don't see it.
Okay. I'll send it again.
Thanks, pal. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, we're going to eBay. It's Meltzer Magoo. Oh, dear Lord. What is this?
Okay, so the picture,
Holy fuck.
That is how Meltzer kind of laughs. Like if somebody tells a joke, there is a few different instances where he like does something weird with his tongue.
Why does he have a cherry popsicle coming out of his mouth?
That's his tongue.
Oh, that's his tongue. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it says, honey, I put my tapes in the shed. And his shirt says, I heart Tanahashi.
Yeah.
He has acne all over his face. The eyes are basically non-existent. They look like two sets of eyebrows. You know what, though? I think comparatively, that kind of does look like Dave Meltzer. Compared to the other guy, Disco. That did not look like him. Yeah. So I'll give it to him there. Like, we're getting there. That's a fucking horrendous painting. Like, it's very ugly. The colors are just, again, offensive. I'm just so confused. Does he really look like that? He laughs and looks like that?
When he laughs, he, like, moves his tongue around. So, like, he'll be like, ha, 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 ha. Like that. It's weird.
Okay.
But this is a bad picture.
This is a horrible picture. At least you know what, though? He learned his lesson because he did put a neck on Dave Meltzer.
Mm-hmm.
Disco didn't have a neck. Dave's got almost kind of a giraffe neck, but he's got a neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really bizarre, and I'm going to just exit out because I don't want to look at it.
Well, did you look at the bidding? And
holy fuck. $531?
Yeah.
Who is buying this shit?
It is apparently $10 increments too, because this says enter 541 or more.
All right, so we get
match that.
The description is Meltzer Magoo, and it's all capitals. It says Vince Russo, WWE, WCW, TNA original painting, shipped with UPS priority mail. This 16 by 20, which is pretty big. Original artwork by former WWE, WCW, TNA head writer, producer, talent, Vince Russo. This picture portrays one of Russo's nemesises, mind you, that's capital for no reason, over the years. Dirt sheet writer, all capital, Meltzer Magoo in quotation marks. This is capital, both I and S, a capital one of a kind with 3 exclamation points. He says he painted this on canvas with acrylic paints. So, holy shit, the guy thinks he's an artist.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that 25 bids later, this thing's at $531. Do you think in the next 2 days, which it seems when this ends, it'll get to 1,000?
No way.
Okay.
It's funny because I could have sworn that the bid I was looking at it and it was at like $2,000.
Oh dear.
But I think someone must have been fucking around.
Probably.
Something happened where like it got rescinded or something. But
probably. Yeah, this is horrible.
Oh, look, we could join Vince Russo in a special Google Hangouts Patreon session right now in 10 minutes as the schmucks goes to bid.
We don't have his Patreon.
That's why we gotta go get it.
Yikes. Well, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, that's pretty fucking horrible. I think the Disco Inferno one, the one that's about to go on sale as we speak, is just horrendous.
For a guy who says that he doesn't care about pro wrestling, he takes the time out of his day
to paint photos
about other wrestlers.
Yeah, it's really weird.
People.
It's really weird for a guy you say you hate and is your arch nemesis. For you to paint a picture of him, it's a little bizarre.
I don't understand.
So, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. I would never buy a Vince Russo painting unless he he did like a self-portrait, because then I would buy it and I would ship it to Jim Cornette in Kentucky. And I'd want Jim Cornette to do a video of doing something to it.
That would be worth it.
That's what I would do.
That'd be funny.
So, yeah, fuck Vince Russo.
He's a great guy.
No, he thinks he's kind of cooler than he is.
He is.
No.
He's the guy that created The Rock, Steve Austin, Undertaker, Mankind, Goldust.
Single-handedly.
Yeah, he's the only reason why professional wrestling exists.
Right.
Sure, he hates it and wants nothing to do with it, but damn it, if you ask him, he'll take a job. He would do it in a fucking heartbeat.
Well, whatever. Okay, there we go. That's the only spotlight.
I wish you lived in Colorado, because I'm pretty sure he writes for a wrestling company in Colorado, and we could have gone to one of his shows.
No way. Does he really?
Yeah. It's like something Rocky Mountain Pro or something like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what's going on there. That doesn't surprise me that he's writing for some little shindy somewhere.
Yeah. But like, if I was him at that point, I probably wouldn't even want to do that.
No.
It's like I was writing for WWE, WCW, TNA.
Right.
Now I'm writing for this show that draws 70 people.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
It's all right. We love you, Vince. Thanks for the memories. You think that reading that description and all the caps, try reading his articles in a WWF magazine in the mid-90s where every other word is capitalized.
That's so annoying.
You can't, because like my mind, when I'm reading something and I see something in caps, I read it like someone's yelling.
I think that's the point.
Yeah, so like his writing for those magazines is just like instant headache. It's pretty brutal.
What was his? Oh, Vic Venom, right?
Vic Venom.
Yeah. What a fucking mark.
Every other word would be capitalized.
Yeah, fuck Vince Russo. I really like these little segments because I can only imagine how much money these paintings are going to go up by, because we started, and what did it start at? Like $80 or something like that? Like it was
one of them was like $250 or something like that.
Well, see, that's why I thought I was shooting high, because I remember him being.
So right now, just off of like two paintings, he's probably made. I don't know what the profit would be, but he's probably made close to $850 or so.
Yeah,
$800.
That's
off of two.
That's bizarre. I don't. Who in the right mind is paying for those?
I don't know. The AEW one was hilarious because he just
it was horrible. Like the line work was awful.
Yeah, and then like the Meltzer one, I could see why the Meltzer one.
It's funny. It is. It's funny.
It's funny. And then the like the disco one. I don't know anybody who like maybe disco will buy it, but
it's just not good. Like it doesn't look good.
No. So oddly enough, like the Dave Meltzer one is his best one.
Yeah, I would go with that. Yeah, I would say
that's not really praise.
Right.
That's just kind of like by default.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured I would sprinkle that news in there for you folks. Get a laugh out of it.
Hilarious.
Because the laughs end now. Because IcoPod's about to get real fucking serious.
Oh, shit.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I said, are you ready? I just want to point out that every time Triple H does that, he's like the wannabe cool dad.
Yes.
But it's like, you're not cool, dad.
Yes.
You're the weird dad.
You're absolutely right. You're the dad that's fucking embarrassing me. Yeah. Like, can you just sit down?
Oh, God.
You're absolute 100% correct.
Like, Dad, it's cool you're a wrestler and everything, but like that "Are you ready" thing is like 23 years like old.
You're late.
Like, you're not cool.
Yeah.
Just hit a guy with a sledgehammer and like I can be this my dad. When you do shit like that, it's like I wish Billy Gunn was my dad. And Billy Gunn shows his ass like all the time. I'd rather have that guy than you doing that. So
they literally call him Mr. Ass, so I would be like Mr. Ass's son.
Yeah.
Little Ass.
I'd be like Junior Ass. This is great. I want to be Junior Ass, Dad.
That's awesome. Very good observation, Bob. I do applaud you.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into some observer notes as we continue on in the 1994 WWF world. Here's some bombshell news here.
Oh, the lame dad Triple H is calling me.
Oh, boy.
Better just ignore that.
Don't want to talk to your dad.
So anyway, what were you saying?
Anyway, some big news here. It's expected that Jim Neidhart, Papa Shango, and or Brian Lee could be coming into the company in the summer. And guess which one of the three is expected to get a big heel push?
Just because I think how things operate at this point, I'm going to say Papa Shango's getting pushed to the moon.
Jim Neidhart is rumored to be getting a big heel push.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I was right, unfortunately.
That sounds dreadful.
What are any, even, I'm sorry, but even Brian Lee, like what are any of those guys going to offer right now?
I don't know. I love Papa Shango, but that act was old in 93.
Dude, yeah, come on.
So like, I don't know what you're going to do in 94.
Oh.
To make it even worthwhile. And then, I mean, Brian Lee, I like Brian Lee, Smoky Mountain Wrestling as a heel.
Yeah, but where's he going to fit right now?
I don't know. That's not my job. My job is to watch it and then talk about it.
That's fair.
My job is not to figure out where he fucking lines up with anything.
Yeah, we don't do that on this fucking show.
No, we don't book shit, okay?
Yeah, Mick Price.
Yeah.
I'm not adding you on Facebook, Mick Price.
Yeah.
I got your friend request. I see it. And it's just sitting there.
Yep.
I ain't accepting it.
Yep. Me too.
Suck on that one.
Yeah. We're too famous to be your friend.
I don't add strangers unless you buy an IcoPod shirt and send me a picture of you wearing it.
Right. Well, that's a good idea. That's a good bribe. But no, to make a point of that, I tend to not accept friend requests from people I don't know just because I post some stupid shit.
Yeah.
And like I don't want to get blackmailed years from now.
Right.
So,
same here. Yes, correct.
It's not because I don't want to be your friend. I'm just pretty much saving you from probably bursting the illusion that I'm maybe a cool guy or maybe I'm funny. Whatever. I don't know what you guys think of me.
Right.
Probably think I'm a piece of shit. And if that's the case, I should add you because that's exactly what I am. But yeah, no, I try to just, not, I don't know. I don't want to say it's weird. Like, I don't know you. You don't know me. We're never going to meet probably. I can't imagine.
Yeah. Mick Price.
Yeah,
Don't
Nick.
tell me.
Nick's guy. I can't pronounce his name still. It's been a year and a half, but that's okay.
He's probably not listening anymore. Let's be serious here.
Yeah, probably not. He probably blocked us and everything.
That ship is fucking sailed.
Yeah, it's over. All right, we haven't gotten to WrestleFest yet, so he's probably
Oh yeah, he's pissed.
like, fuck this, I'm out of here. The May 2nd edition of Raw, which was last week, got a 2.9 rating.
There you go. It's about what it was worth.
Oh, it would have been a 3.2 or higher if Jeff Jarrett was on it, but he wasn't. So take that and smoke it. House show notes. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that the WWF was going to head to Japan, and I have their May 7th, 1994 show.
Okay.
Which took place in Yokohama, Japan, at a place called Arena, in front of 4,500 people.
Is it the Yokohama Arena?
It just says Arena.
Yeah, I believe him.
So the way I just thought about that, or the officials were probably just thinking like, what do we name it? And then one guy's probably like, I got it. Yeah, go ahead, Jim. What? Arena.
How you say arena?
Oh my fucking God. Perfect. It's like a baseball stadium. Like, hey, Jim, you got any ideas for the stadium here? But yeah. Okay, what is it? You call it a stadium.
Basketball.
What you need?
No, baseball. Okay, we'll call it that.
Perfect. Yeah, so 4,500 people fit in this arena here, and the card featured Rick Martel taking on the 1-2-3 Kid, Tatanka taking on Jinsei Shizaki.
Oh, fuck yeah to that.
Which would be Hakushi for future reference. WWF Tag Team Champions, the Head Shrinkers, defending against the Smoking Guns. Doink the Clown taking on, oh my God, if I could pronounce this name, I would be a millionaire. Nobuzukasi Harai.
That's so butchered, I can't even recognize who you're trying to.
I might have typed that drunk because I did have, again, 3 vodka cranberries. So I don't know. WWF Women's Champion Alundra Blaze squared off against Bull Nakano in a non-title match.
Okay.
Owen Hart squared off against, this is another one. Mahashi Ogoi.
No.
Okay. Adam Bomb was in singles action against Bob Backlund. The Undertaker teamed up with Tenryu to take on Yokozuna and Bam Bam Bigelow. In the main event, saw WWF World Champion Bret Hart defend against Randy Macho Man Savage.
Okay. Well, plane tickets to Japan are pretty expensive. So if Macho Man wasn't fighting Godzilla, I'm probably going to skip this show.
You're going to skip this one?
I'm just kidding. Obviously, Bob's not paying attention, so that's why he didn't laugh at my joke. But to be fair, none of you probably did either.
You said that a plane ticket to Japan costs a lot of money.
Okay.
And that you were going to skip the show.
Yeah, so you missed my joke completely.
What was the joke?
I said the only way I'd fly over there is if Macho Man in the main event was fighting Godzilla.
Oh, I'm really glad I missed that because that wasn't funny.
Anywho, there's a couple matches on there that might be worth it. 1-2-3 Kid Martel might be okay. Who's Jinsei taking on?
Tatanka.
Oh no, I don't want to see that.
Come on, do Tatanka.
I'm not going.
Oh man, I'm out of vodka cranberry. God damn it.
I'm not going.
I'm gonna go to the show. Seems like I would love it. I can't pronounce 40% of the names. I can't pronounce about probably 25% of the names on it. I'd probably dig it. Doink the Clown's my bathroom break. Tatanka's going over a guy that's probably better than him. Great, perfect. That's what I love. Yeah. Bob Backlund though. Oof. Okay. Well, I'm still gonna go.
No.
Sign me up.
Nope.
I'll take a direct flight, no layovers, and
yeah, okay.
Yeah. You think I'm fucking joking? I am not joking. I will go right now.
GTFO. What's the
I will
next
go.
show,
I'm gonna go to Yokohama and be like, yo, guys,
You're gonna go to Oklahoma?
drive me to the arena, and they're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, arena.
Arena. Are you here for Yokohama Japan show? From May 7, 1994? Yeah. Bret Hart, Randy Savage. Yeah.
Oh, he's an Indian now.
Yeah, hey.
Landed in India.
Yeah, it's fine.
Christ.
Super offensive. I apologize to anybody in Japan listening to this. Let's go to syndication. On the May 7th edition of Superstars, there was our first King of the Ring qualifying match. And it was IRS taking on Scotty Steiner. Before the match, IRS cuts a promo listing 3 tax cheats, which include Vince McMahon, a child, and Tatanka.
Yeah.
Good all shit. Of which are probably all tax cheats. So that's probably right.
Good shit.
Yeah. Steiner opens the match with a hip toss and a scoop slam. He drives IRS down to the mat with a double underhook powerbomb, but IRS bails to the floor. IRS sends Scott headfirst in the top turnbuckle to gain the advantage. Scott drop kicks Irwin a few times and hits an overhead belly-to-belly suplex for a 2 count. Scott suplexes Irwin back into the ring for a near fall. IRS knee lifts Steiner to stop the punishment. He runs into a big boot, and Steiner hammers away on him in the corner. IRS blocks a sunset flip attempt and holds the ropes, but the referee saw that. IRS ends up countering a roll-up and uses his feet for leverage to win the match anyway. After the match, Rick Steiner comes out and argues with the referee. Tatanka has come out as well, but the referees are holding him back. IRS is trapped, so he runs to the crowd to get away. So, there's many things about this that I'm pissed off about.
Yeah.
Number 1, that Scott Steiner's in the King of the Ring tournament. He should be the champion, all the championships. I've been saying that for months now.
Sure.
But what makes me even more pissed off is that this motherfucker loses to fucking IRS in the first round. Why? Just put Rick Steiner in there. If you're going to have IRS in the tournament and he's going to advance in it, just put Rick Steiner in there and have him lose to IRS. I don't care about Rick, but Scotty Steiner doing the job. He had a 75% chance of winning this match.
No.
Well, by his logic, he did.
I gave him a 0% chance of winning.
Oh, my God. As soon as I saw him walking out or whatever, I was like, Scotty's already won. So when he uses the ropes for leverage and loses, when IRS uses the ropes and wins or whatever, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I potentially am going to have to watch King of the Ring and see 3 IRS matches in one night. That's when you know, man, that God hates me.
I just don't get it. Realistically, if this is a real fight, okay, who are you picking?
Did IRS even really do anything before the finish? Or did he just like roll him up and win?
Yeah.
Right? Like it was, you would have thought IRS was a jobber. Then it was like, nah, man, I'm going to use the ropes and win.
Was rest holds. Like he put rest holds on him and won with rest holds.
Yeah.
I don't. Why aren't they using him?
I don't know.
Really? You got a punching bag for IRS?
So they have IRS win, and then Tatanka and Rick come out and do nothing other than just argue, and then IRS leaves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, so he one-upped him again. I don't understand. Like, okay, what's the... I don't understand.
It was just, for me, man, it was so predictable. So you get the dynamite offense in the beginning from Scott. We get rest holds in the middle from IRS, and then a screwed finish at the end. Like, predictable. Yeah. I would have definitely preferred Scott Steiner as like a wild card in the tournament. Like, holy shit, Scott Steiner's in it. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, who's he going to beat the shit out of? That's what should have happened. IRS does not need to be in the fucking King of the Ring tournament.
They must really not like the Steiner brothers.
Apparently, because holy shit, they're getting the Luger treatment. but in reverse.
Yeah.
They're over, but are getting nothing. Luger's not over, and he's getting everything. So, like, fuck this.
This is just. I knew I shouldn't have drank all my vodka cranberry yet. I should have waited. And I would be feeling a lot better right now.
I wish Scott would have just clinched up on the pin and, like, said, fuck the office. I'm going into the tournament.
Oh my God. That would have been great.
Like, no, I'm not losing. I'm not.
Like I told you, I'm going to be fucking champion.
Yeah.
You tell me Bret Hart could beat me in a shoot.
Huh? What? Who's going to beat me? Nobody's going to beat me.
That's right. Fucking classic. Also on the May 7th edition of Superstars, there was a segment shown from Albany, New York, where Ted DiBiase purchased Nikolai Volkov.
He purchased him.
He purchased him. He owns him.
Okay, how much?
Not sure. But Volkov hates DiBiase, and he makes it very clear that he does not like DiBiase.
How did he purchase him then?
Let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
He hates DiBiase.
How did he do it?
But he has to work for DiBiase because he doesn't have any money.
Oh, dear God.
So Volkov has made some poor investments from the 80s.
Some poor investments?
Poor
Oh.
investments from the 80s. And now he is stuck working for the $1 Million Man. Where do you think a Nikolai Volkov, Ted DiBiase partnership could go? Could Volkov be going for the world title? Are we going to see Volkov Brett? Are we going to see Volkov against Diesel now for the IC strap? What are we possibly going to see with Volkov?
I think we have found our king of the ring.
Let's go. Put the crown on Volkov.
So everybody else can just go home and cry.
SummerSlam main event. Bret the Hitman Hart against the poor man Nikolai Volkov.
There you go. There you go.
Man, the buy rates for that would be through the roof.
Volkov beats him with a jackknife powerbomb. Diesel comes out. Says, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Nikolai gives him the finger, powerbombs Diesel.
Yeah. And then it's a swerve because Diesel sold the move to Ted DiBiase, who then sold it to Nikolai Volkov.
Mm.
So it's like a used move that's
I
been
like it.
sold.
I like it.
Yeah, and then there's your feud. Then you get DiBiase Diesel for the strap. And Volkov's a special referee. WrestleMania, baby. Whoa.
If Volkov would even be alive by then, I don't even know. Jesus Christ. This is brutal.
Book it.
This is brutal. I'm not looking forward to Nikolai Volkov getting probably
anything. I'm not looking
any airtime.
Anything that he can do. Nothing.
Ugh.
Like, he needs to sit his little red suited ass back down in the crowd and shut the fuck up.
So for like DiBiase though, if he's trying to be like, hey, I'm gonna build a group or something, what like Volkov is your number one option? Even if he's like, I know he's poor, but like, if I was super rich and a poor guy came up to me and said, hey man, I'll work for you, and I'd be like, are you 57 years old? Like Nikolai Volkov? And they'll be like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm good.
Not hiring.
I'm gonna wait for something else.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
We're gonna go in a different direction, pal.
Yeah. This makes no sense to me. I don't know.
It's so stupid. Like, who gives a fuck?
Volkov could just get like a job. Just get a job.
You know DiBiase's only paying him $10 an hour.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Does that mean we're gonna have a match where Volkov is fighting PJ Walker and it's like a 4-hour match? And he's like, listen, I need to do this because I get paid $10 an hour. If I beat this guy in 3 minutes, I get like $1.25 or something. Like I get nothing
and shit.
Yeah.
How long has it been? How long?
Nikolai, it's been 34 seconds.
You gotta go. Keep going. Can't afford gas on the way home. You gotta stall another 6 hours.
It's been 34 seconds. Are you fucking kidding me? I gotta go another 59 and a half minutes. Oh my God.
Christ. Stupid.
Should have taken that manager job at Wendy's that Jim Cornette offered me. Damn it. Last piece of syndication news here. Recently on Wrestling Challenge, Mo from Mount Mission hurt his knee against Owen Hart. Well, Owen Hart injured him, so that's on you because you're a huge Owen Hart fan. So it looks like
Owen got injured earlier, so it's payback.
Yeah, but not by Mo. So Mo is likely to be missing some action. So guess what that means?
He's probably never coming back to TV.
No. Even better.
What?
Mabel is about to be the world champion. Whoop, there it. This is what we're gonna do. Booking it right now because it's just falling right into place. Nikolai Volkov, King of the Ring winner. Boom. Goes to SummerSlam. Beats Bret Hart for the WWF World Championship. Great. Mabel comes out and he's like, I'm coming for you, Nikolai. And he'll be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then they're going to fight at like Survivor Series or something. And then Mabel, the go home show of Raw, is going to look into the camera with his one gold tooth. And he's going to be like, Nikolai, I will survive. And then he's going to go to Survivor Series, beat him in like, I don't know, 37 seconds. DiBiase's going to come in, swerve of the century, and be like, I paid Mabel off. He's always been my guy. He's the new Virgil. Mabel will give DiBiase the belt. DiBiase's champion. Plot twist. IRS comes out. Ted, you didn't pay for the tax on that belt. So then IRS is going to be like, I got to beat you up for it now. And then DiBiase is going to be like, what? And then DiBiase, IRS feud going into Rumble. IRS wins the belt. Tatanka comes out. He'd be like, dude, you messed up my headdress. Remember that? And then IRS will be like, I'm a good guy now, though. We're friends. They'll partner up. Tatanka turns heel on IRS because he never forgave him. WrestleMania 11, Tatanka, IRS, headdress on a pole match. IRS wins, of course, and then you go from there. I mean, I just booked the next 9 months of television.
Whoever wins has got to do the other guy's gimmick.
There you go. So IRS comes out the next night as Tatanka.
He's still got the like cheater glasses on, and he's like,
yes,
woo, 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 and dances.
Yeah, he'd be like, hey, Vince, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
Switch gear and everything.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
I think that we just figured it out. So we would have been printing money if we were fucking doing this. I'm telling
if only, man. If fucking only. Our shit makes more sense than theirs does half the time.
I would say so, yeah.
So, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh my god. I was looking forward to 1994, and now we have Nikolai Volkov, and I'm just regretting everything about this.
Oh, well, you don't forget about Duke. He's coming.
Come on. I like Duke. He's all right.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Well, let's go into the May 9th, 1994 edition of Monday Night Raw. We're still taped, and we're still from Burlington, Vermont. To open the show, we see footage from last week where Earthquake spit all over the place, and through that saliva challenged Yokozuna to a match at some point. We get our Raw opening video, and we go to Vince and Randy as they hype up the possible Earthquake Yokozuna matchup. And of course, tonight Razor Ramon will be taking on Kwang in a King of the Ring qualifying match.
And really quick here, as Razor's music starts to break through, Howard announces him. All I'm thinking is, if this match goes longer than 5 minutes, this is a bunch of bullshit. That's what my thoughts were exactly.
Well, get ready for a bunch of bullshit, because in the opening contest, Razor Ramon squared off against Kwang in a qualifying match for the 1994 King of the Ring tournament. Kwang and Ramon trade wrist locks and hammer locks. Ramon slaps Kwang across the face, but Kwang gains control with chops and a boot to the midsection. Kwang works on Ramon in the corner with more boots and chops. Ramon fights back with a hip toss and clotheslines Kwang over the top of the floor. Ramon knocks Kwang off the apron with the right hand twice. On a third attempt, Kwang drops Ramon throat first across the top rope. Kwang hits a standing side kick to control Ramon, but Ramon comes back with a backslide and gets a 2 count. Kwang misses a shoulder block in the corner, and Ramon works on Kwang's shoulder with several shoulder blocks and drops the leg across the left arm. Ramon with a crossbody off the ropes for a near fall. Kwang comes back with a spinning heel kick and knocks Ramon silly. Ramon with a few knees in the corner, but Kwang delivers a boot to the face. Ramon trades right hands with Kwang, but Kwang drives Ramon face first into the mat as Raw goes to commercial.
Really quick here, I want to cut you off a couple of things.
Yeah.
Kwang does like the tease mist where he'll spit it up in the air. Number one issue I have with this is that fucking Kwang is obviously chewing on the capsule before he sprays the
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like, there's no care taken at all, or like art behind it, making it super fucking obvious. So, like, if you're doing that, you shouldn't be doing it. Okay, that's problem number one. Also, I noticed here that Razor, I think it's Razor's bottom lip is a little busted.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince makes a poignant comment to say, hey, if this gets any worse, we're going to have to stay wide with the camera angles in recognition to the kids who might be watching at home along with their parents. So it's getting to the point now where a busted lip is means for pulling away from the action. So that kind of gives you an idea of where we're at moral-wise here.
Well, this is full swing steroid trial era, so...
Yes, and not only that, it's full swing fucking cartoon bullshit.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting to note because as much as things have changed, they've almost kind of stayed the same, you know. So I wanted to make very clear notes of both of those. Both kind of shitty and kind of took me out of the action.
So I noticed him like chewing on the capsule as well.
Hated it.
It's like just slapping you right in the face.
Hated it.
Kwang misses a heel kick and is dropped with a chokeslam from Ramon, who nearly wins the match. Discus right hand by Ramon, who's all fired up. He places Kwang on the top turnbuckle, but Kwang knocks him off. Kwang hits a crossbody off the middle rope, but Ramon rolls through and gets a near fall. Kwang with another kick for a 2 count. Ramon with a knee lift and goes for the Razor's Edge, but Ramon can't get Kwang up and drops Kwang. Kwang misses another heel kick, and he crashes to the mat. That allows Ramon to attempt another Razor's Edge, and this time he hits it and wins the match. And of course, after the match, Ramon celebrates his win with all the fans. So the best thing about Kwang is that he can do a pretty good heel kick. But that's about it.
I was going to say, what else you got?
That's about it. That's all I've got for Kwang. Is that if he were to just, if they were to be like, hey, Kwang, your offense is just a spinning heel kick or any form of a heel kick, he could maybe get a decent match, but anything else, it's like, that's not great. So anytime he was going for a heel kick, I was like, I can get behind this. But then the other 95% of the match, I was just like, this sucks. I'm not a big Kwang guy.
Kwang is so transparent. You can see through him better than your piss after 14 bottles of water. Like, he is, I gotta say, even more than Duke is at this point. Kwang is the fakest character on the roster. The one that I find least believable.
Yeah.
With that in mind, how long did this go?
I would
15 minutes.
No way. It wasn't that long.
It felt like it took forever.
I think. I can look. If I look it up.
Oh, while you look that up, it did. Yeah. It felt like it took forever. There was a lot of sloppiness, and usually with Razor, I feel like we don't get that. So I kind of blame that on Kwang.
Yeah, I think we've moved past the sloppy Ramon era.
Yeah,
that was like the first like 6 or 7 months of '93.
Yeah,
for us.
So I don't know. I want to so bad be able to get into it and just look beyond shit like that, but I can't. So I'm not a Kwang fan. I'm not a fan of the gimmick. And I would say even kind of going into the finish here, you know, he sets up for the Razor's Edge. He barely gets Kwang up. Then they struggle and then they fall. So I'm not sure if that was like a shoot or a work. I'll say it's a work. Like he almost got it. But then he only does a kick and then hits it normally. So I don't know. He did fold him up for the 3 count. Thank fuck that Razor Ramon won. Because if he didn't, I probably would have said, you know what, Bob, I'm not watching this shit anymore. Because I do not like Kwang.
Yeah, I can't really defend Kwang. It doesn't give me a time on the match, but I would say that was probably 6 minutes.
Really?
It
felt
was not that long.
forever. It felt like forever.
I'd go 6-7 minutes maybe.
Okay.
Not that long though.
Well, before we skip over it again, I just want to mention the Lex Luger IcoPro ad again this week, inserted right here. But yeah, man, not a good match to start things off.
No, not at all. I mean, it's good that Ramon won, but
thank God he won.
Let's go right into the King of the Ring in 1994 report with Todd Pettengill. And Todd is showing off his King of the Ring jacket, kind of hyping up the event. I'm not sure if anybody ever would buy that jacket, but I digress. Razor Ramon joins IRS as the second wrestler to qualify for the 1994 King of the Ring tournament. Pettengill mentions that next week, Bam Bam Bigelow will square off against Sparky Plug in another King of the Ring qualifying match. He also notes here, and this I feel like comes out of fucking nowhere, Roddy Piper is returning to the WWF to wrestle Jerry Lawler. I understand that Lawler's been like goading fucking Piper and insulting or whatever, but like in this report, there's like, oh, by the way, Roddy Piper, one of the biggest stars of the 80s, he's gonna fight. He's gonna come and fight Jerry Lawler, and he's gonna do it for the kids at the hospital. All right, so back to the Raw. What? Okay.
Well, here's the thing with that, man. I feel like WWE's not making any money on it. So they're going to barely promote it. You know, they don't give a fuck. I feel like this is literally a favor to Piper. And maybe this was something agreed upon. Like, okay, you want me to do WrestleMania? Fine. I'll come do WrestleMania. You're going to pay me for it, but you're also going to do me a favor down the line. And I feel like this is him cashing in on that favor. That's what it feels like to me.
Well, what would be the favor?
You're going to let me come have this match, and we're going to donate money to this charity of my choice.
Oh, okay.
You know, I honestly feel that's what it feels like to me, because why would you not hype up the return of Roddy Piper more than that? Like, how could you not?
Yeah.
The return of Roddy Piper. Like, no, you're not going to just scroll by and be like, oh, yeah, that's happening. Like, no. I don't know. It's really weird. We're missing a piece of the puzzle. For sure. There's something we don't know as fans.
Well, yeah, I would have to think so. But it just came across like out of just complete nowhere.
Exactly. Well, it's like
so it was treated like it was such a minor detail.
Well, and the funny thing is like, okay, so in Roddy's busy life away from wrestling, is he watching every week King's Court? I fucking doubt it. But he must be if he wants to come fight Jerry Lawler. Like, I don't know. It's not realistic.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Well, it looks like we're going to get Piper Lawler. I don't know. Has it been announced where? Or is it just like going to happen?
I assume it's going to be King of the Ring.
All right. Well, let's assume King of the Ring, Piper Lawler.
Yeah.
Man, that doesn't sound that great, though. I mean, Lawler's not presented as being that big of a deal or anything, so.
Well, and even since he's been like back, he's been just nothing.
Yeah.
Like very ineffective.
Huh, that's just bizarre. Continuing to cover the show here, let's go to our second match, Crush taking on Raymond Roy. And of course, there's going to be no doubt about what's going on here.
Been a while since we've seen Crush, though.
Yes, and I didn't write it down or anything, but while watching, I noticed like on commentary that, you know, Savage wasn't heated and he wasn't threatening Crush or anything. It was just like, oh, I know this guy's tough.
I feel like if anything, he was kind of putting him over.
He was. That's how I took it. He was definitely putting him over.
Really quick though, did we skip over Roddy Piper's like tapes that he sent in?
I think so. Yeah, I did not write those in there. But yeah, if you want to, because it was a long-winded tape.
Okay. So really quick, just to kind of set the stage again here. Yeah. So for the King of the Ring report, Roddy Piper is assumingly off doing a movie somewhere. So it's definitely, you can tell this is homemade shit. Like WWE didn't go there and film this. He filmed this and sent it in on his dime, I'm sure. Because you can tell, like, the production's not very good. It looks like a fucking home camcorder that he used. So here we go. We cut into footage of Roddy Piper talking about King in his movie trailer. And he says he's on set of this movie. Piper basically talks about how kings aren't really real in life. There's not really kings in life. And that the bottom line is that Piper takes no dives. He doesn't retreat and he doesn't surrender. And that's why people avoid him. So for King to be mentioning his name a lot, he's making a mistake. Piper says that if he wins, he will donate his winnings to the Children's Hospital in Canada. I do think it's a weird angle. But it was a cool promo package nonetheless. I like that it felt raw. You know, it felt very Southern wrestling, which I didn't mind. Because, again, it was low budget. It was a very intimate setting. It's really just cut clips of Piper in, like, different spots in his trailer. So he's, like, sitting on the couch, or he's leaning up against the wall, or he's, like, walking towards the camera and all these things. It did snap me back into the episode of Raw because I love Roddy Piper. And I kind of buy into whatever he's talking about because he's always super passionate about it. So I did enjoy these. I like mid-90s Piper. And I don't know why, because he's not very good, but I like mid-90s Piper. Early to mid-90s. I enjoy him. So if it means him coming back, regardless if it's with Jerry Lawler, I'm still kind of on board.
I think there's like a 14-month period in the 90s where I like Roddy Piper. And this is not part of that equation. I feel like Piper's on the same level for me, like Mr. Perfect.
Really?
Yeah. Like I like Kurt Hennig. And I really want to sit here and say that Kurt Hennig is phenomenal or whatever. And I can't say that he's like the best ever.
For me, entertainment wise, I put Piper up over Kurt Hennig.
No, see, I would put Perfect over Piper.
Because I get guilty pleasure out of like Piper 98. When he's horrible.
Right.
So I don't know, man. Piper's the type of guy where I don't care what the match is. Like, I don't care about seeing the match. I don't care what the blow off is for the match. If you just show me Piper coming out, getting riled up, just talking like a maniac and ripping his skirt off, I'm into it. You know what I mean? He's the type of guy where he could just sell me without a match.
This video just felt to me like he had probably sent them 4 promos.
Yes, and they spliced.
And they spliced in the best out of the 4.
No,
they're probably like, Piper, we need 4 promos so that we can hype it up over the next month. And he's like, great. And then they got the tape, and they're like, holy shit, this guy
just rambling.
Not great. He sent us a 40-minute tape, 10 minutes for each promo. Like, we can't air all this.
Yeah. So
they spliced it into about 3 minutes of just him rambling about children at a hospital and, Jerry Lawler's not a king or whatever and all this other stuff. I didn't find myself interested in it at all. And I was just like, how much longer do I have to sit through this? Piper's not a guy that I get much enjoyment out of.
I don't know what it is.
He's the guy that would talk me. He's the type of guy that would talk me into an arena for a big time match. And I would sit down and I would watch it. And I'd be like, wow, this guy sucks. But he'd talk me into it.
Where it's like, oh, I want my money back.
Yeah. Like the 14-month period that I'm referencing, in case people are wondering.
I know what it is.
What do you think it is?
It's shit with Brett.
No. That's not even 14 months. That was 2.
Well, it's mixed in there, obviously.
Yeah, well, that's not at all. The 14-month period that I'm referencing would be, it's probably even more than 14 months, probably more around 18 months. It would be the when he was with the WWF in like 96 as the president and his stuff with Goldust.
Oh, I really wouldn't have guessed that, to be honest.
So starting from there until Halloween Havoc 97.
Wow. I would not have guessed that at all.
Yeah. As soon as it's 98, it's like unbearable. And then in 99, he's obsessed with getting Reality Check over, and nobody fucking cares. But yeah, from like April or like March of 96 until October of 97, I can tolerate him. He has some big moments there where it's like worth your time to check it out.
But yeah, like that's
he had 3 big matches with Hogan. Starrcade, Super Brawl, and Havoc. So
oh yeah, some of the WCW shit Piper is my favorite Piper shit.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised you just said that.
His stuff with Goldust is really good.
It's underrated as shit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's respectable. I'll accept that.
Okay. So yeah, Crush Raymond Roy was our second match. Good thing good call out on the tape serves. I honestly, my brain was going to be mush if I had to type out everything he was saying. Roy drop kicks Crush and then rolls Crush up for a near fall. Crush hits a thrust kick and works on Roy with a few clubbing blows and a chop. Crush dominates Roy, dropping him with a gorilla press slam, and he wins the match, followed by a heart punch. Continue your excitement about Crush.
So, just to give you an idea where the commentators are at here, Macho Man during this match is putting over showings of Friday the 13th, part 5 and part 7 on USA coming up. We're given Revenge Tour dates. They don't care about what's going on. So if they don't care as the commentators who are sitting ringside for the action, why the fuck should I care? Lackluster as usual. I did note that Crush seems to be in decent shape compared to how he even looked at WrestleMania.
His upper body's looking jacked.
Yes, like he's looking pretty good physically.
Mm-hmm.
He did hit a couple impressive things, but again, it's this guy who's maybe 120 pounds, so it doesn't really matter. I just feel like and then the heart punch to end it. Like I think the heart punch is lame as shit.
For a guy like Crush, should not be doing a heart punch.
Stupid. Yeah, stupid. I just don't see. I don't see any money in Crush at this point, as a heel, as a face, as anything. Like for me, Crush has been completely killed, done, gone. Write him off. Let him go work for a different company for a while, because you are getting nothing out of him. That's where I was at with it.
I think you're right. Him losing at WrestleMania 10.
That's it.
In the manner that he did.
That's done.
Yeah. You might as well chop off his legs now and throw him in the river because no one's going to care.
Nope. And I didn't.
He's kind of dead in the water, I think, at this point.
Completely.
He's a guy that's just going to fill your airtime and no one's really going to be invested by him.
Well, like they did right here. They used him again as just like Tatanka's match last week. Yeah. It's really a vehicle to get other shit over.
Well, and it's, again, like how you mentioned that. I do want to put over, though, how much focus they're putting on the WrestleMania Revenge Tour.
Huge focus. Huge.
Yeah. Like, it's to the point where even if I don't, like, if they were coming to Syracuse, I would be like, they've been talking about this on TV for like a month and a half. Like, I probably have to go to this.
Yeah, they plug it at least twice every Raw.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, before they would even have like videos, like, oh, come into Providence or come into wherever.
Yep.
So
no, I agree with you there. Again, it takes me away from the action. I don't care, and they don't either.
I understand that reason. Oh. But a guy that we should care about is a guy we've not yet seen on Raw. And we get a promo from Duke the Dumpster Droese, who is, of course, in the back of a garbage truck, and he says that he will be climbing to the top of the WWF.
Cool.
He's awesome. Good-looking guy for a garbage truck driver.
So let's talk about this for a minute, okay? Underneath the bullshit ass gimmick, two things. You can tell this guy's big, like he's got good size.
He does. His upper body looks good.
And he's not necessarily an ugly guy.
Mm-hmm. This would have been a gimmick for like Bastion Booger.
Yes, exactly. So he's doomed from the start because, again, he could have something probably much better. Like, just from looks alone, pair this guy up with Adam Bomb and let them be a fucking devastating tag team.
Yeah.
Not as Dumpster Drozy.
Well, no, he can still be Dumpster Drozy, but he can be like, look what I found. I found Adam Bomb.
Oh, God.
Don't
kill this for me, Bob. But, I mean, again.
Left him in trash yard.
Found this guy in landfill. Yeah, but just something like that. Like there's potential with this guy, and you can tell. Yeah. And you can tell he's trying to make it work. But it ain't fucking gonna. Whose favorite wrestler is going to be a garbage man? What kid on the school bus is to be like, this is my favorite wrestler?
You know what? I think there would be a few, because there was a kid in my neighborhood who thought that garbage guys were the coolest dudes ever.
That's fucking ridiculous.
So if there's one person that's thinking that, there's probably a few others.
If you're lucky.
What's
his merch going to be? What's his merch?
Trash cans.
Dirty to-go boxes?
No, trash can. Like a toy trash can.
Annoying.
You know, you have kid-size belts, kid-size trash cans.
Wow.
Am I not selling you on that?
I'm trying to ignore you at this point.
Have a t-shirt that actually smells like garbage.
Like they literally fucking pulled it out of the
literally.
Dumpster, and they're selling it for $42.
Yeah. They can be like, hey, Bruce, hey, we got 600 Duke Josie t-shirts, brand spanking new. And he'll be like, okay, yeah, great. Go throw them in that dumpster and leave them in there for 16 hours. And then we'll go sell them to the live crowd. And the live crowd will go up to the merch table during intermission and be like, wow, what the fuck's that smell? And the guy selling it, we got these brand new Duke Josie t-shirts fresh out of the fucking dumpster. You want some for $39.99? And they're going to be like, yeah, I want to smell like Duke Josie. He just beat Bob Backlund in a 27-minute match here in Trenton, New Jersey. I'm pumped.
And then to really make it official and really sell it, they bump it up to $60. And Duke Josie will squirt ketchup on the front of the t-shirt and then sign his name in the ketchup.
Yes.
And like that's a one of a kind. That's more of a one of a kind than Vince Russo's Dave Meltzer painting.
Yeah. I don't know how you can go wrong with it.
I'd buy it for $60. Who wouldn't?
I would too. I would pay for it right now. Hey, Duke, if you're listening to this, get 600 t-shirts, put them in a dumpster, and then sign your name in the ketchup. And I guarantee you on your pro wrestling tee store, if you even have one, I don't know, $60 price point. You'll sell them out.
Done.
Guaranteed.
The fuck, man. Fuck Duke the Dumpster Drozy.
Like I said, man, we got about almost 2 years of Duke Josie, so buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride.
I'll take him over Doink, though.
Oh, yeah, I'd take anybody over Doink. Anything over Doink.
Shit.
Literally, isn't he on this show? He is. Oh my God, he's coming up soon.
Of course.
Anytime I see, tonight, you Doink, it's like, oh my God, it just kills my mood. It kills my mood, but we'll get to it here in a minute. But we have Doink that we have to talk about anyway. So footage from WWF Superstars, which I purposely left out in the syndication notes because I knew that we were going to have to fucking talk about it in long form right here. So on Superstars recently, Jerry Lawler was poking fun at Dink until Doink came out and he had a pie and he was teasing Lawler with the pie for making fun of his pal. Well, Doink turned heel and he throws the pie into Dink's face and Dink is just crushed. He is demoralized. He's like, what is going on? They're like spraying fucking silly string on the poor guy. He's just sitting down, dejected. Lawler's laughing it up. Doink's like, screw you, man. I never needed you. Well, it's revealed that it is not Doink. You're probably wondering, what do you mean Doink's not Doink? Well, that's exactly what I mean. That this Doink guy wasn't actually the Doink guy. So Doink takes off his little wig, and we see luscious blonde locks. And you're probably thinking, "Oh my God, it's Lex Luger."
Yeah.
That would have been phenomenal if Lex Luger had turned heel on fucking Dink the Clown. That would have made in 1994 the greatest year in WWF history.
Holy shit.
If he did that and then treated Dink like a football and punted him into the crowd. But that did not happen. Instead, the luscious blonde locks were that of Double J Jeff Jarrett.
And can I just say for the record, I didn't have a fucking clue it was Jeff Jarrett.
Like I didn't either.
If you told me it was Doink and not revealed it, I would have bought it 100%.
I knew this feud was coming up. And watching it, I didn't know it was Jeff Jarrett.
I had no idea.
I thought like Doink had gone rogue or something. I was like, what?
I had literally no idea. It was perfect.
It was nicely done because I think they got a bunch of fans on that one. And of course, now Jarrett, he cuts a promo on Doink. You know, what? Oh, I put him in my hands or whatever. These just kind of nonsense. I can't imagine it's going to be like a serious feud or anything, judging by how it started. So I'm kind of terrified about Jarrett's direction right now. But it was a fine segment. I thought for maybe a quick little mini feud for Jarrett, it was okay.
I think it could have been much, much worse. So I'm glad that it wasn't. I almost wish it was the real Doink, though. Who did that to Dink?
That would have been great.
Yeah. And then, like, have Doink be what he was fucking supposed to in the first place.
Yeah.
Because I was like, and believe me, I remember, I was like, put the belt on Doink.
Yep.
Put the belt on Doink.
Like a year ago.
That happened. I said that.
Yeah. You want to put the belt on him now?
Yeah, my fucking work belt across his back.
That's still a belt. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, I'll lay the fucking leather to him, all right? Because no, fuck that. But if he killed Dink, maybe.
You know what I would have done? I would have not had Jarrett reveal himself out there and reveal it backstage. That way Dink still thought it was Doink. So then Doink would have like an angry dwarf at him forever.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, Dink, it wasn't me. I swear to God. He's like, oh, fuck you, man. I know it was you. Like, you beat me up real good.
What if the Doink that like killed Dink was Matt Bourne? And like the other Doink came out and was like, dude, what are you doing here? And like Matt Bourne just snapped. He's like, I'm here to take my character back.
See, I don't think they would have broke kayfabe like that.
I know, but like
that would have been great. Yeah.
Like shit.
You've turned Doink into a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Oh, and he just freaking beat the shot of him. That would have been good.
Matt Bourne.
Yeah.
In the WWF.
That would be really good. That'd be fun.
But no, that's not what we got here.
No, instead we get a deadly serious Jeff Jarrett Doink feud.
Yeah, okay. Jeff's cutting the promo with the clown makeup on. I'm like, holy fuck, you're screwed, buddy. Trouble. Spell that one out, Jarrett. Trouble.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
If he jobs out to Doink the Clown, I swear to God, I will buy a glass table just to put myself through it. I will.
And like with the broken pieces, I'll just slit my wrists.
Perfect.
So goodbye. Goodbye,
Icopod. It's a murder suicide on Dateline.
Crime confession. That's why you got to hear it.
Oh man, it could happen in Orlando. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Doink, he's competing in singles action this week in our third match against Mike Terrace. Doink with an arm drag and a leg sweep early on. Jeff Jarrett calls in during the match because every single fucking week someone's got to call in.
Of course.
And he rips on Randy Savage for most of the fucking interaction.
Yes. Yes. He says that if he was there right now, he would slap the taste out of Savage's mouth.
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of the IRS promo that we got over the phone last week, because IRS literally did the same thing and like talked about Savage more than Tatanka.
I'm going to assume they were both in the same hotel room and they cut the same fucking promo.
Who knows? Because
Probably.
It's like, why is everybody giving Macho Man so much shit over the phone?
Yeah.
Like, if I was Macho Man, I'd hang up on their ass.
Yeah.
I'm done talking to you.
Dink enters the ring. He stomps on Terrace, does a flip, which gets nothing for a reaction. So even the crowd doesn't care about Dink all that much. Doink hits a backbreaker and he drops an elbow before connecting with the whoopee cushion, and he picks up the win. Of course, now after the match, Doink and Dink celebrate. Whoop-de fucking do.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold the fuck on.
Okay.
Are you telling me you missed the worst part of this match?
What was the worst part?
I am utterly shocked.
Was it a move?
Oh, no. Nope. It was a sound effect.
Oh, see, I didn't have my volume high.
Okay. Doink goes up to the top. We're going into the finish.
Did they make a whoopee cushion noise?
They played a fucking fart noise when he lands.
Oh my god!
They literally play. I thought it. I was like, who the fuck's in my apartment right now?
Oh.
Who just ripped ass in my apartment?
I literally, I didn't. I have my, when I was watching, my volume like is high enough so like on promos and stuff I can hear it, but I didn't hear the sound effect.
It sounded so out of place, and like, what the fuck was that? That number one, it was definitely added in post. Like, they didn't play that live.
No.
No. It was just, dude, it pissed me off. I was mad about it. Because, okay, first of all, this whole match was a comedy spot. Like, everything's comedy. The whole thing's comedy. And then you top it off. You put the cherry on top of this shit Sunday with a fart noise on a finish. Usually a finish that looks pretty legit. Like, the guy lands his full body weight on your chest. Off the top rope. I have written down here that I try to avoid watching this match and just focus on typing out my notes, as I was hoping I'd miss some of the BS. But the fact that when I looked up from my notes, just in time for the fart noise, cool. So glad. So happy.
So Doink is by far our least favorite character.
Doink offends me.
Yeah.
I'm offended by Doink's presence on Raw or Superstars or All American.
Just brings everything down.
Or fucking
anything.
At this point, dude, I'll take Dink over Doink. Taking Dink over Doink.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
that's well, this is he's my dad's favorite wrestler, so I can't bash him too much. Go Doink. I almost bought him a Doink action figure for his birthday one year, but then I realized that'd be a really shitty thing to do, so I didn't.
Yeah, because you know what happened. Oh, what's Doink doing these days?
Doink.
He's still around?
Is he still wrestling? I'm like, Dad, he died like 6 years ago. What? What about Dink? I was like, I don't know. Dink's alive, I think, still, but not Doink.
You think Dink's still alive? I bet she's not.
Tiger Jackson, wasn't it? Or isn't it?
I don't fucking know.
I think Tiger Jackson's still alive.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I don't know. We go to highlights.
We're falling off.
Yeah. Highlights of Earthquake's career as a sumo wrestler is shown, and it is revealed that Earthquake was 24-0 in sumo wrestling, and he says that he has a lot to prove in the WWF, which would make sense if he was new to the WWF, but he's kind of been with the WWF for 4 or 5 years. But whatever, Quake, you got something to prove.
Trivia.
Yeah.
What was Earthquake's sumo name?
He fucking said it.
Oh, he said it.
Because he was like, "Oh, it means this and that,"
Right.
but I don't remember.
Earthquake went as Koto Tenzan.
Yeah, you never would have guessed that one.
I did not write down what his reasons were, but he did give reasons. I thought it was kind of cool to incorporate this, although again, just like Bob said, we know who Earthquake is at this point. Don't try to sell me on fucking BS and like make me forget everything I know previously of Earthquake, because I'm not going to.
Right.
So I don't know. It felt a little frivolous to me.
Good word.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. It's a college education. We go back to the arena where Jerry Lawler has another King's Court. He wishes that Piper had the guts to be a guest on King's Court. But of course, Piper has no guts, so he's not going to be on the best talk show ever. Instead, Lawler introduces his next guest, Yokozuna, who of course has Jim Cornette with him. Is Fuji with him too?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Cornette laughs with Lawler about the pictures of Earthquake when he was a sumo wrestler. He says that Quake's record in sumo wrestling is in the past and that Yokozuna is today. Cornette says that Quake is the typical American, and he wonders if Earthquake knows what Yokozuna means. The name means grand champion.
Really quick,
yeah.
I'm going to derail you here.
Go ahead.
All I could think of was how badly I wanted Yoko to sit on the little plastic spray-painted gold bench.
He would have bent that in half.
Dude, the legs would have blown out.
Yeah.
I really wanted it to happen.
So in any of these, has anybody sat down yet?
Nobody's fucking sat down because it's plastic.
But still,
No.
don't have the props out there. You don't want anybody sitting on them. That's the first thing I would do. I would sit right down.
Nope.
Dude, this is the easiest payday I'm ever going to get.
Nope. Nothing.
So Cornette accepts the challenge issued by Earthquake, and he wants the match to be a sumo match. Cornette says that they can take the ropes down, and the only way to lose is to knock your opponent out of the ring. Lawler doesn't believe that Quake will accept the match.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't seem that thrilled.
Okay. Well, let me explain to you something. If you can't get Jim Cornette to get it over, it ain't going to get over.
That's usually the rule of thumb here.
Just him explaining and like pretending to like fumble around and put the idea in his head together on the spot, which fucking didn't happen. It was such a cringeworthy like thought. I just like, where was this the plan all along? Like, all right, let's bring back Earthquake. Okay, what do we want him to do? Well, we'll give him some momentum, so he'll get a win at WrestleMania. We'll feed him Atom Bomb. Okay, cool. And then what? Then what do we do? Well, he'll kind of float around for a month or two. Okay. Then where do we go? And does he go into the King of the Ring? Oh, no, he doesn't go to the King of the Ring. Okay. We're going to have him, because he was a sumo guy. Public knowledge, sumo guy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have him face off against Yokozuna, who, mind you, is a fake sumo guy. And then we're not going to have a match. We're not going to build to our match. We're going to have a sumo match. And you know what would be really cool? If we took the fucking ropes and posts down and just had a platform. And you know what would be even cooler? Is if one of them had to throw the other guy off the ring. And while we're at it, I mean, to make it as legit as possible, because it's going to be as legit as possible, let's put Earthquake in basically a hand-me-down Yokozuna fucking gear set. And that's going to bring in the cash. Because everybody in the arena wants to see that. Like, they're literally begging us at this point.
I'm about to give you money just because you described all that. That's how much I'm interested in it.
If that was the grand plan all along, fucking hell. They got to be booking this shit week by week. They're like, okay, well, we said this, so we're going to have to do this now. Like, there's no forward thinking at all. That's what it feels like.
I honestly thought you were going to be intrigued by it.
No, not at all. Not at all. Nope.
It's disappointing.
Yeah, this whole feud is.
I'm not a fan of it, that's for sure.
Absolutely fucking not. Give me Earthquake killing son of a bitches. Give me Yoko killing son of a bitches. Don't give me a fucking sumo match between them where neither guy's going to get over.
Right.
Whether, okay, let's go through the scenarios, right? Yokozuna wins. Big fucking deal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Earthquake wins. Not only do we not know what to do with Earthquake after that, like, okay, he proved he's a better sumo wrestler. Like, what is he going to do? Sumo wrestle Bret Hart for the WWF Championship?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have that. And then now look at Yokozuna, who you've pushed as this grand champion sumo wrestler who turned wrestler and is like a force, to get thrown off of the ring by 40-something John Tenta, who hasn't practiced sumo in almost 10 years at that point. Sounds like a win-win to me. I don't know.
Sign me up.
Maybe I'm missing something.
No, I think you described it perfectly. I'm digging it.
Okay, put it this way. You want to know how I'm on board with this? Have Tenta win. Have Tenta throw his ass right off the ring.
I will be shocked if that happens.
Have that happen. Have Fuji align with Earthquake.
Mm.
And have Earthquake be the new Yokozuna. And he just kills everybody. And he wears the gear. And he's the sumo wrestler again. And he starts racking up his record.
Do you turn Yoko face?
Yoko gets written off and he gets fired. Yeah, he's just gone.
What? He's a WWF World Champion in March of '94, and by May, he's fired because he has no value.
He's killed by Earthquake, and then Earthquake just goes on a rampage.
Oh my god! How quickly would WCW sign up Yokozuna right now?
Pretty quick. You'd get Yokozuna versus El Gigante on the next fucking pay-per-view.
You know what? You know what they would do?
What?
They'd be like, "We'll get you, but we're gonna name you. You're gonna go by Rodney."
Oh yeah, they would do that. They would do that.
Yeah, you're gonna be Rodney, and your gimmick's gonna be that you're so fat you don't bathe.
No,
like,
it would literally. It would be okay. He'd be announced as Rodney. Yeah. And his gear, like his entrance gear, would literally be like a leather coat with black sunglasses, but it's still the Yokozuna fit underneath. And he would just be Rod. Like that's Rodney. What they would do. Yeah. That's exactly what the fuck they would do.
Yeah. Because we can't say Yokozuna because we'll get sued.
No.
By Rodney.
That's exactly what they would do. Yeah. I like
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saint Finisher.
Absolutely.
They'll spell bonsai with an S instead of a Z.
Yes.
So,
yep.
Be perfect. Yeah. I don't know how.
10 out of 10.
They should. All of this should have happened.
That's
speaking of 10 out of 10, some guy who does yard work says that he saw the Undertaker. He says that the Undertaker was sleeping in a trench, and he says that Taker proceeded to walk out of the trench and disappear into the woods. That sounds like an Undertaker thing to do.
I refuse to comment on this any further.
Okay, so let's go to the main event. It is Mabel, who no longer has Mo, because Mo is no Mo.
I was waiting for it, motherfucker.
Because of a knee injury. So Mabel is going to be venturing all by himself now. He is taking on Mike Bell, who is dead. Bell with a few right hands and chops, headbutts, but Mabel comes back with several open hand chops. Savage gets a letter from someone who says that Earthquake has accepted the challenge of Yokozuna. Mabel with some mat wrestling, working on Bell's arm. Vertical suplex by Mabel and a big leg drop. Big splash by Mabel in the corner, and then Mabel wins with a side slam. So now without Mo weighing Mabel down, is this going to be Mabel's big time push? Are you behind the idea of a Mabel push? Or would you rather be sleeping in a trench?
I'll be honest. Okay. All right. I think without Mo, I'm more interested. But Oscar is still killing it for me. Oscar's still making it a joke. So I think now Mabel's trimmed the fat, but if he can just get that one last little piece of grizzle off, we might have something. I get it's like a hype man for him, and maybe Oscar's like a little bit of the mouthpiece for him or whatever. But at the same time, and this is just my personal preference, at the same time, when I see a guy that's the size of Mabel, I don't think he should be dancing around and playing ha-ha. When you see a guy that size, he has to absolutely annihilate people. And you can't laugh about it. You have to feel very, very sad for his opponent. That's, in my opinion, that's what you have to do with those type of guys.
Well, big guys should be monsters.
Exactly.
Dominating forces, yeah.
Exactly. So when Mabel's coming out to Oscar's fucking tired ass rap rhymes, waving his hands, acting like a fucking clown, it's hard for me to enjoy that character. And then slap on the goofy gear. And then slap on the goofy music videos that they put together.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, man, again,
which are in front of a green screen.
Right. And again, this is my opinion. I don't think big guys should be used like that ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And that's how I feel about it. But again, I think there is potential in Mabel. I think if they can move away from the rip-off like Run DMC shit and make him a little bit more threatening and kind of kick Oscar to the curb, you're looking at something.
I have a bigger issue with Oscar than I do Mo.
Absolutely.
I would say
100%.
Yeah. Oscar is kind of annoying. But I like Mabel, so
I just feel like Oscar's like a little leech suckling on the teat of fucking Mabel.
I don't know how far I would push Mabel on his own at this point.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. I do like Mabel. He does some impressive things for a guy that's like 540 pounds or whatever.
He still comes off as super green because I mean, he's still like stumbling around, like he doesn't have his footwork down. You can tell he's not like full comfortable yet. So it's going to take some time to get there. But I think, like I said, if they can move in a more serious direction, that might be something I can get behind. Because no matter what he does, it's impactful. This fucker throws a clothesline and it looks like he could kill somebody. And he's barely moving.
Well, he does like a spinning frontward heel kick, which would be terrifying because like he can't see where his body is going.
And this huge, massive man is whirling his body at you.
Yeah.
So, like I said, there's potential there. And I was much more interested out of a tag team than I was usually. But again, Oscar has to fucking go. That's step number one.
Yeah. Yeah. Oscar's got to head out, I think.
Yeah.
Well, before we head out, backstage, Jerry Lawler's with Earthquake. Lawler asks Quake if he's nuts Quick almost hits a Lawler for suggesting such a thing. So Lawler backs off against the wall. Quake says that he's going to beat Yokozuna next week in a sumo match. This week was I don't know. I feel like a lot was going on.
Hold on. We're not done with that little interview segment yet.
Oh, okay. What else do you have?
You just wait. First of all, they look like they're in a prison shower, right? So it's all tile.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Literally a shower. The closing line of this little promo, the closing line. King starts putting Earthquake over. And he's like, you know what they say about earthquakes? It starts with little tremors, and I think I hear them. So I'm thinking, okay, King's kind of putting him over. But then King goes, wait a second. That's just your knees knocking.
Yeah.
And we go off the air with Earthquake looking like a fucking joke.
Yeah. Well, doesn't he make a motion like he's going to hit him again or something?
Yeah, but like, if you're Earthquake, fucking hit him.
Yeah.
Dude, as soon as he has said that, and Earthquake like doesn't do anything, and then we just go off air, I'm like, well, Earthquake's a little bitch.
Yeah.
I hope Yokozuna throws his ass off the fucking ring then. Because he backed down from Jerry Lawler.
Well, Lawler's involved with Piper now, so Lawler's a big deal.
Dude, I was so mad at that line. So mad. Bad taste in my mouth after that one. So go ahead with your show wrap up. Pissed off.
Well, that's how I kind of feel about this show this weekend. I wouldn't say I'm like livid or anything, but I feel like a few stuff was happening. I just don't think I'm interested in any of it. Piper and Lawler, I'm like, I don't care. And then like the Jarrett thing with Doink was a good start to the feud, but it's like it's Doink, and that's a momentum killer anytime you're involved with him. Just ask Bam Bam Bigelow. I mean, there's just nothing. I mean, a sumo match is different, so in that way, it's interesting. But I don't know. There's just not a lot for me to get excited about moving forward for at least next week's episode, which would be a qualifying match and then a sumo match. But I don't know.
For me, this felt like, okay, you're a breakfast connoisseur, right, Bob?
Well, I mean, I've had breakfast before. Yeah.
So Crunch Berries is a classic.
Sure.
Crunch Berries are much better than Captain Crunch.
Yes.
That's like if there was a manufacturing error and you bought Crunch Berries. In this episode of Raw, you open up the Crunch Berries and it's just Captain Crunch. And you're like, okay, maybe like all the Crunch Berries are towards the bottom. So you're digging around and you don't see anything. And you're like, okay, well, they just messed up. But maybe my toy is still in here, like the free toy that you get or the free spoon that lights up. So you're like, okay, so you decide to dump the whole bag out. And not only is there no Crunch Berries, there's no toy at the fucking bottom either. It's just all Captain Crunch. And now it's all over your counter, so you really don't want to put it back in the box, so you just end up throwing the whole thing away. That's what this episode was. Miserable. Didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
I feel like it was all mid-level talent. Like there was no quote-unquote stars on the show. All the angles just, I think I pretty much agree with you. I'm not interested. And the thing that blows my mind the most is where they left us at the end of WrestleMania 10 and how excited I was to see how that was going to unfold. And I feel like nothing from WrestleMania 10 has unfolded at all. Like they've forgotten all about it.
There's been nothing with Owen. Nothing. For 2 months. All of April, like nothing. And now we're halfway through May. Nothing.
It's insane.
It's unreal.
It's just so much fluff. So much fluff. You can tell. Okay. This is what I feel like happens. And even like when we, and as stupid as a comparison as it is, like when me and Dallas, Hogan 98 Money booked Backyard Wrestling, this is exactly what we would do. We'd flesh out the big show, and we'd flesh out the following big show. And then week to week, you just work with it. You just fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
They're not fleshing out show by show by show to make it like a concurrent story. You'll get 3 weeks with a story, and then it'll cut, and then nothing for a month, and then we might get like 2 more segments from that story from 3 weeks ago. And it's just like, at this point, who gives a fuck?
That's literally the case.
It's stupid.
I feel like we'll enjoy it more when they do have to do pay-per-views every month, because you got a strict 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. And like, you have to fucking build shit.
You're not just filling TV time.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like with this episode of Raw. They had nothing on the books. It's fucking 3 p.m. on Monday afternoon. They're like, well, better write a show and put that together.
You know, but this structure of build-up worked in the 80s and whatnot, because like every single dude was a star.
Not only that, there wasn't TV weekly like that. You could get away with shit like that.
Yeah.
Because you were in front of different crowds every night. Local crowds every night.
Yeah.
It's just not passable in 1994. It doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it. It's insane. It's insane. The fact that they're throwing weeks away, it's honestly no wonder why WCW beat them for 83 weeks in a row. Because how many weeks really does the WWF waste in 94?
A shit ton.
Probably at least half.
Maybe even more.
So if that much of your television is skippable, what do you fucking expect?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with it. Like the last week wasn't horrible. This week, please skip it. Do yourself a favor. You're missing nothing. Skip it.
And I'm glad that we told them. We told listeners to skip this episode after they probably listened to this episode for an hour and 20 minutes or however long.
First, we need our downloads.
Yeah, we need people to listen. And IcoPod is not something that you are to skip.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you can't. It's crucial. You never know what we're going to talk about.
We might go into an hour-long Undertaker rant. You never know.
We could deep dive into a Virgil abyss.
Yeah.
Done. And speaking, and now I mentioned Virgil. So remember a couple weeks ago when I was like, oh, hey, he had this huge cage stretcher match. Please
tell me you found it.
So our good friend Mike Campbell.
No way, dude.
He reached out to a gentleman on Twitter and mentioned the match, because the guy that he reached out to is from, I think, the Vegas area or whichever.
Okay.
And was like, hey, man, is there any video of this match? And the gentleman responded by saying, no one recorded it. There was some crazy story where it was originally a triple threat match where it was like Sabu, Hughes, and Funk or something.
Okay.
And then the way that the guy worded it on Twitter was like, and then Virgil just came out. Which is like just like the most Virgil thing ever.
It completely is.
But he just walked out like,
shit.
I'm here for my booking, bro.
Holy shit. I really hope that was the case. But you know what, Bob? If you were about to tell me just now that they found it, they have video footage. When you were here, I don't care how, but we would have done a Facebook Live watch of that match.
We would have to have.
And just destroyed it.
Yeah.
And would have loved it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it does not exist.
That's a bummer.
Nobody decided to record it. No fans. I mean, if you go to that show and you don't record it, can you even call yourself a fan?
No. come on.
Yeah.
Shit's legendary.
Yeah. And they fucking screwed us over.
I just got real excited. Thought you were telling me that we were watching it. I was getting
Trust me, when I was getting notifications on Twitter, I was like, oh my God, he found it, and he didn't.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, the hunt continues, and it only exists in our mind.
That's right. Yeah, so coming up, our next recording will be the sumo match week, I guess, for Raw, which would be what, the 9th? No, 16th. No, I don't know anymore. What date are we on right now?
I don't know.
So that'd be the 16th, May 16th, and then May 23rd. And considering that I'm going to Florida,
hey,
I think we should be good to take a break after that. I don't know. I'll look into the schedule, see where we're at. But we'll have at least another week of Raw to discuss. We still eventually here got to do a bonus episode of Super Brawl 4. So that will be fun, I guess. I don't know. And then what's the other one there? Oh, WrestleFest 94. We have done.
Yep.
But we've not released that one yet. But I'm assuming probably after this one we will. Because I want to do like every 4, do like a bonus thing. So be on the lookout for that. Might be out before you even hear this. I don't know.
Touch on that, Bob. Today at work, I got to work at roughly 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, all I wanted to do was watch a Vader match. Like, that's what I wanted to do. So selfishly, I really enjoy our bonus episodes because it gives me an excuse to go back and watch WCW shit that I like.
Right.
You know, so I really, really enjoy the bonus episodes, even though we might not do, play-by-play fucking move-by-move action. I think we let loose a little bit more for sure on bonus episodes, and we're definitely having a little bit more fun than the main episodes because it's just me and Bob hanging out watching shit that we like.
Yeah.
So if you haven't tuned into a bonus episode yet because you really don't like that format or you feel like you have to watch the episode along with us, don't necessarily feel that way because if you like our chemistry on air, which we've been told before, which is weird, then tune into the bonus episodes because, again, they're a little bit more fun. You don't have to follow and listen along as closely, I don't think. It's not like you're going to miss minute details that are going to play into an effect later on down the line. So, yeah, if you need background noise or any long car ride, throw on our bonus episodes. They're definitely worth the download, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, they're usually like well over 3 hours. So if you're ever going to Lake Placid from Syracuse, you put on one live bonus episode, and by the end of it, you're going to be in Lake Placid.
There you fucking go.
So you can't really beat that. You got anything else for this lovely edition of IcoPod? Are we good to wrap it up, Austin Skinner?
Well, I think unlike Lake Placid, IcoPod won't leave you flaccid. So why don't we wrap it before we tap it and head out with our head up?
I wish I was tapping anything. For Austin Skinner, I'm Bob Collins Jr., and this has been another lovely edition of IcoPod.
You got to hear it.